Hello and welcome back to Fight Fans TV. Once again, my name is Jake, but I can be your bodyguard. You can be my long lost pal. I can call you Betty. Betty, you can call me Steve or something. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about the fact that it's only Tuesday and we've already had quite an eventful week in the world of WWE. So on last night's Monday Night Raw, it was chaos. It was chaos, but in a good way. Finally, Monday Night Raw feels like it's actually got some sort of potential, and it feels like there's something driving these storylines forward. So in the main event of the show, we saw The Miz finally drop the WWE Championship to the almighty Bobby Lashley. Now when I say finally, obviously he's only been champion for 8 days at this point. So I find it very interesting that WWE have opted to kind of hotshot the championship back and forth this quickly. So obviously Drew McIntyre lost the WWE Championship back at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. He won the Elimination Chamber match proper, but then he went up against The Miz following a vicious beatdown by Bobby Lashley. So now Bobby Lashley, in storyline, did this so that The Miz could cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. He takes out Drew McIntyre, the WWE Champion, and then what happens? The Miz can cash in, which he did. He became champion. Now he played one of my favourite tropes in wrestling. It is the chicken heel. Obviously, you know, the chicken, let's just say it rhymes with grit. Chicken grit heel. Let's just say that. Let's keep it PG. Let's keep it PG for monetization reasons. So, I think it's interesting that The Miz lost the belt that quickly, but fundamentally, it's a good way to build Bobby Lashley. He's finally got that championship that he's probably deserved for an extremely long time. He was, of course, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He was great in that role. He was great in the old Beatdown. Was it the Beatdown crew? I honestly cannot remember. He was in a good stable with MVP back in the day. It was MVP, Kenny King, and Bobby Lashley, I believe. So that was a pretty cool little stable. Now obviously he got the Hurt Business along with MVP, along with Shelton Benjamin, along with Cedric Alexander. It's good to see that Bobby Lashley's finally sitting at the top of a WWE brand that isn't ECW, because he just did not fit that role. He was very much put in a position to fail. Back when he won the ECW Championship back at December to Dismember, it was a complete and utter farce, really. They put the belt on somebody who should have been on Raw or SmackDown, could have been a major player there. He'd had somewhat of a bit role back in the late 2000s, but fundamentally he's now back in WWE. He's been here for a couple of years now. I think it was 2018 he came back after the WrestleMania. It was the Raw after Mania. He took out Elias. Now he's back. He is the WWE Champion. He's looking dominant. And fundamentally, he's going to be taking on Drew McIntyre, or could be Brock Lesnar, at WrestleMania itself. I'd also like to talk about the fact that Charlotte has now moved on from this Lacey Evans and Ric Flair storyline. Now, it's interesting because she spoke to Sam Roberts recently on his Not Sam podcast, and I'm going to be paraphrasing here. She essentially said that she didn't really understand the crux of the storyline, because she wanted to know, she was like, well, why am I not playing the dirtiest player in the game? Why is Lacey Evans being kind of gifted this role when I was managed by Ric Flair? Why am I falling for all these antics, all this skullduggery, all this nonsense? I mean, Ric Flair is her father. She has watched his career from a very early age, probably, 7, 8, 9, 10. You remember things, don't you? So she was like, but in storyline, he managed me as well. So why would I fall for things? Why would I fall for heel 101 when I learnt from the guy? I'm his kid. It's ridiculous. And quite frankly, I agree with her. And I think it's quite good that she's able to stand up and go, look, I threw a bit of a hissy fit backstage. Her words, she said hissy fit. I'm not happy about this. And now, thankfully, congratulations to Lacey Evans. She is now actually legitimately pregnant. She's now going to be going away for a little while. So where do you put Charlotte Flair? Where does Charlotte Flair fit in WWE right now? I'll tell you where she fits, and she tells you where she fits. Raw Championship. Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte, Asuka. See, I did that. Shaska. So you put them two together and you're going to get a great match. You're going to get a great match. I mean, if you really want to make this interesting, put Rhea Ripley in that match as well. Now that would be good. Charlotte, Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Because Charlotte versus Asuka we've had at WrestleMania. But I tell you what, why not put Rhea Ripley in there? Why not let Rhea beat Charlotte in a triple threat match to take the Raw Women's Championship? Give her the absolute massive beginning. Give her the come in, bang, boom. She starts off, Rhea Ripley, as a massive star. The Australian star will come in, smash it right out the park. She's going to be brilliant no matter what she does. She is a star. She was fantastic in NXT. She's going to be fantastic on the main roster. Just bring her in, have her win at WrestleMania. WrestleMania for me is actually really starting to pick up steam. I'm actually quite excited. I mean, I was excited about the SmackDown side of things. It's going to be interesting to see Edge take on Roman Reigns in the main event. Well, I say Edge versus Roman Reigns. It might be Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. Well, no, it'd be Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns at Fastlane, but the winner of that might then go on to face Edge at WrestleMania. But that's not going to be the case. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus Edge, main event at WrestleMania. So SmackDown's interesting. Raw is finally interesting for pretty much all the belts. It's interesting for all the belts because here's another match we're going to get at WrestleMania. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. It's going to happen at WrestleMania. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Shane is a great character. Shane is beloved in the pantheon of WWE lore. There was a couple of missteps with Shane McMahon back in 2001, the whole Alliance storyline. But you're going to have Shane versus Braun. They started it on Monday. We're going to get a Shane versus Braun Strowman, probably a street fight, something like that. That could be interesting. You know, do the whole Big Show. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? It'd be interesting. It'd be a fun little storyline, fun little way to kind of further Braun Strowman as a character. Because right now he's stuck in purgatory. He's not doing anything that interesting. So it'd be good for Braun Strowman to finally get some sort of focus, some sort of ability to actually move on. Thank you very much for watching right here on Fighter Fans TV. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I mean, you can hit the thumbs down, but that's bad. Hit the thumbs up. Thumbs up are good. Money bad. Napster good. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you know each and every time that I release a brand new video right here on Fighter Fans TV. Thanks.